Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Guess the WN8, a series where my viewers submit replays and I have to guess their WN8 and their win rate based solely upon their gameplay. This is a paid submission here. Thank you very much. You want to find out more about how to submit, you can look in the description. There you can find the next and previous episodes as well, and you can guarantee your replay is used by using the £10 submission link, or you can submit for free via Discord. Now, Kari! I really enjoyed this tank. I have actually one of my highest XP games ever in the Kari. It's a very pleasant tank. Now, it's not showing me the equipment here, so I'm gonna... That was in honor of Peabody. But we have 1,390 hit points, and I believe the base hit points are 1,250, so obviously working with some form of improved hardening here. And as we go off, what we're really looking for is speed, right? We are looking for this thing as a top speed of 40. So if he gets to around 45, then we're going to start thinking, okay, it's got a turbo on this thing. But obviously, top speed of 40 on something like this doesn't necessitate a turbo. Right? You don't need it. This tank still feels moderately pleasant, but as we can see, getting up to 45, and he does indeed have a turbo on this thing. Now, this is a good position shown to me by Tommy for early damage. Oh! Okay, so on defensive assault, a position you can utilize for early damage is you can stay right there. And literally where he was aiming, people cross this area with their side to you like a minute into the game. So if you have no idea where to go and you're moderately town orientated on defensive assault on Ghost Town, go to this corner and just wait for people to yellow out in front of you. It catches anyone trying to do an early cap play, and it catches on the occasion as well. Looks like we're moving up though. Oh. Indecisive and weird. If you're gonna hold a corner, hold it from the corner. What? You've come 50 meters forward. You're so far from any manner of disengagement. What if the entire enemy team comes down that corner right now? You could have saved your entire life by being 50 meters further backwards. Why are we so... We gain nothing by being forward here that we didn't have there. And we gain more by being there because we get a chance to live. Oh my word. Oh no. Oh no. Well, yeah, now we have to reverse. At 18 kilometers per hour, by the way, which is decent reverse speed. Can't complain about that. I'm an avid ship barn player myself. I know all about bad reverse speed. Believe it or not, we take a field mod in the ship barn purely just to increase that reverse speed so that after you derp, you can get that to do, which is rather pleasant. I will apologise for some replay glitches that appears to be occurring here. This is old patch replay. But while we sit here aiming at this, shall we talk about the gun a little bit? 500 alpha damage, 0.34 accuracy, and a 2-second aim time. It's a very pleasant gun, working with 252. Okay, now this I don't really appreciate. Like, you weren't under pressure in any way. So why at this point did we make our shot worse by coming to the right? We now have no shot on that corner. Like, we just seem to be compromising our position at every possible opportunity, which is really weird. Ship hack on the right, it's making me a little nervous, but trying to get involved, seeing an opportunity. Okay, 2 seconds of aim time, solid dead center of the lower plate. He's gonna fire at that guy, so I'd stay. I wouldn't have retreated there. I would not have retreated, but we've got a 12.75 second base reload, and probably working with a gun rammer, meaning our reload somewhere around 10 seconds. Where is that ship pack? That's the alarming thing right now, and I'd be a tad worried. I don't know if this shot exists. It doesn't, does it? You can't shoot from this from this. I'm worried about occupation up there and whether it actually has a really niche shot into the side of this tank. Because it is quite a tall tank. I mean, that's a weird shot to be worried about. But this is what I'm talking about when, like, good players outplay themselves more than the enemy team outplay them. Because I'd be sitting here and that shot would be in the back of my mind thinking, oh, that fucking kills me. But yeah, that would be a thing. Okay, so right now, I would recommend pressure in some capacity. Look, lower plate of the Carney is like 90. The upper plate is like 200 effective. And left, on paper, it says 300 millimeters of turret armor. Look, that's only gun mantlet. Okay, and I say only gun mantlet. Like, this isn't a small gun mantlet. Like, that's 300 millimeters. The gun mantlet itself is like 300, but this area here is like 220. Now, 220 is not bad, but it's not particularly well sloped. You're tier 8. Most things at your tier will be able to pin you. It's really about, it's sort of a Yag Tiger vibe. You know, you're able to bully low tiers when you hold down behind a tank, but you don't really rely on the armor. What you rely on in the currently is mobility, firepower, hit points, right? And at this point, you've got to ask yourself questions. Are we winning? No, we are not. It's not 5. So when you are losing this severely, it's really, like, I always talk about saving hit points for the end game. But those hit points are useless if the disadvantage that you currently have is getting larger and larger because you're not using those hit points. Right now, you are so outnumbered, you just have to start using health to take guns out of the game. Just try and bait the shot from the XM if you can, but try and take that gun out of the game. Try and start putting some pressure on the Tiger 1. You've got to be doing something at this point. You can't just be sitting here letting the enemy team capitalize on this advantage. Or maybe you can. I don't know how this game is going to go, but my instinct here would be to try and get something done with the hit points because I don't want the enemy to settle in to their advantage. Ooh, okay, got a sneaky little angle here. Worth noting, HE shells on the Carney, 90 pen. Somewhere, what is it, 630 alpha? That's very nice. Let's have a look. 630 alpha damage, yes indeed. Okay, right, so what it might be worth considering is, and it's not because the defender is watching, but I'll elaborate on this notion anyway. Positioning when you are not sure of egress, particularly in a town fight, there's sort of a thing called weaponized awareness. Yes, Professor, tempo of the engagement, trying to take away, because the more of an advantage an enemy team has, the easier it is for them to get more advantage, right? It's harder to get more advantage with less initial advantage, which is why you want to pressure and take kills when you see that advantage initially coming out, conceptually. Now, what I mean by weaponized awareness is, to put it mildly, if we are here and we're looking at this shot, that's fine, but we can make it better by going 20 meters forward. Because we know that vehicles have spotting points on their tanks where the height of the cupola and dead center of the tank, I think there's nuance to it, but it's top of the tank and dead center, and at the base of the gun. So what we could do here is we could pull forward by 20 meters. Not into this alley, but far enough that our gun mantlet is poking round the front of this corner. And what that does is it extends vision all the way down there. So it just means that we spot someone coming up this way. It means that we have more awareness, right? Which is really important. Hello, Nurgen. So it's thinking about, like, my main focus is over here, but how can I provide more awareness at the same time? And there's something that's worth thinking about while you're doing that as well, which is literally about the size of your monitor. What I mean by that, a lot of people have their mini-map way too small. You can see mine takes up, like, I don't know, 15% of the screen or something like that. Some people, it takes up 5%, you can't see anything. But the point being is, when you are in sniper mode and you're aiming at a tank, right? Let's imagine that this Tiger 1 here was unspotted. We're aiming at him, waiting for him to poke a corner, or we're holding an angle, whatever we're doing. If something pops out in front of you in the dead center of your screen, you are going to see that. If something pops up on your map in a relevant position, you are less likely to see that. So when you are holding an angle, you should not watch the center of your screen. Unless you're actively making a shot, do not watch here. Watch here. Because if something happens here, you're going to notice it. If something happens here, you won't. So when you're holding an angle in sniper mode, your eyes should be on your map, right? I'm looking at the map right now. I can still see what that tiger's doing. If I get a shot, I'll still see it. But my eyes are dead set on my map. Just helps with awareness, right? Okay. T-44 in the angle. Gotta remember, this is defensive assault, right? So the enemy has to capture, or they have to kill every single tank. Otherwise, they lose. Okay, and this feels very uncomfortable. I will be very surprised if this team wins this game. Very surprised. Hawk 12 sat aiming for the engine or fuel tank there. Kind of like that. Feels like he got a critical fuel tank. Okay, I don't... See, sitting here feels uncomfortable because the enemy are... You're basically surrounded on all sides. You are in a turretless TD. This is basically the worst possible position you can be in for the class of tank that you are. So you want to make it as least bad as it can possibly be by being as close to hard cover and trying to be close to your team, maybe put yourself in this corner or something like that, trying to block off and juice the amount of ways that the team can come towards you, you know? What is... Okay, look, the Carney has like 980 meters per second with its standard shells, 1,100 with premium, which are also AP shells, by the way. And then like 900 with HE. But all that is to say, like, even I wouldn't have missed that shot at the Hawk. My goodness. Okay, so the enemy are slipping this away somehow. I do not know how they are managing it, but there we go. Okay, so what should the enemy team do right now? Honestly, they can just group up. I mean, it's very hard for the enemy team to lose this. They can just group up. But this T-43 can just come back in the town and enable the team. Just find an isolated engagement. Like, this Grom is a pain in the ass. So get this sooner around here. How this Grom is still alive, I do not know. Your platoon mate's doing work over there. But the Grom and the TS5 are really important tanks to take out. So you either take them out by overmatching them or by claiming position. But we have claimed position already. Now we've got to bring the tanks from the flank back into the fight. But full health on the Carney here. As I say, 1,250 base. It's improved hardening. Potentially going to be doing some work in a moment. Defensive assault. Defensive assault is a 10-minute game. And there's still 5 minutes left. We're this far into the end game. There's 5 minutes left. .24 accuracy, a bit of a snap. It's worth noting 252mm of pen on standard would have gone straight from the target of the T43, and we can see this is why I was uncomfortable with this position out of the town. T43 on high, this guy on the side, that guy on the side. Right? Fairly self-explanatory. Now, what are we missing at this point? Nothing on the enemy team, so this is nice. This is a pleasant notion. Now, those 19... Ooh, I like that. I like that. Going out of proxy spot. Trying to get a moderately surprising angle. Okay. Okay, this is nice. 7 degrees of gun depression. On the Kanye, by the way. What is he going to give you the shot? Yes, he is. Okay, alright. Time. Don't let the enemy settle into this numerical advantage. We're going to be picking up kills now. This guy's awareness is, well, it's somewhere. Okay, good. Aggression. Tigers, what, got 203mm of pen? Bit of a questionable shot there. You were aiming very close to the only point on the front of the Tiger that you could actually bounce off, which is that little angled slip on the upper plate. But yeah, 203 standard pen from the Tiger. If you hold down against him, he's going to find it quite troubling. But again, we're using hit points at this point, trying to eat into that advantage. And do you chase down this Tiger? I don't know that I'd chase him at this point. I still got a defender alive. At this point, I don't know if the Tiger's valuable. I've sort of stunted all of the aggression that he represents. And while, yes, picking up kills is really important, doing so by moving away from your last remaining ally and away from a network of other important tanks to kill before the Sumo gets involved, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go for this. To be clear, it's not a fundamentally wrong decision, right? But it's just, it's questionable whether that is optimal or not. So, now we're going back. You know there's someone in the cab. Can we take him for 3? NX does not have a bag on. At this point, we're not hesitating, right? So many people lose end games like this because they're asking too many questions. Oh, well, I can't do that, I can't do that. Look, a certain amount of it is just going to be luck. You just have to go for it because the longer you delay, it's going to be solid. EBR on the right side, use the wall on the left side. So if this EBR fucks it up, it will be very funny. Oh my god. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. You can turn behind the rack if you want to. Okay, we're going forward, getting distance. Good. Good. Okay. 1v2. T43 probably did the right thing by disengaging then. This is bold. If I was at T43, I'd be working on keeping eyes on you. Oh, wow! Okay. That's a find. I did not see that coming. God damn it. Okay, T43 coming right in, and that's a lovely track shot. And look at this. We called it out earlier.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
I was about to say 18 kilometers per hour in reverse. Bonus 2 from the turbo, probably. Going 20 in reverse there. T43. As we say, the hull armor of this thing is not great. Upper plate is like 200mm. Lower plate is like 90. Oh, okay. Chat. What do we think? The positioning was fairly unprincipled. There wasn't a lot of optimization when it comes to positioning. There was a lot for me to point out in terms of how you could optimize certain engagements. There wasn't much in the way of sort of activity. I mean, for me to critique, right? It wasn't sitting at the back, it was constantly involved. Not any good examples of target prioritization, but I'm feeling like 50... Oh, I don't know. How bad is bad positioning? I don't what's really getting me right now is the play at the start. Because what I've got to do if I want to judge the stats correctly is I've got to analyze whether this was... Because, I mean, you stop here. To be clear, you stop here on this corner, you aim over there, you cover cap, and you're close to this area where you can fall back. Alright? Players with 60% do position themselves bad. Yeah, but, I mean, there's bad, and then there's this. Like, what is that? What is that? Ah! Oh, God. But yeah, this is what's in my head right now, wanting me to lower the win rate. Because I was gonna say 54. But, I mean, he fires and then he has to reverse like 50 meters back to the point like you went past. Like, it's such a simple misstep that it's either a player who's good in spite of bad positioning, or it's a mediocre player who just has bad positioning. A compliment to that is the fact that he went to the 7 line and then said, oh no, I don't like this, my defender's over there, let me go and help. So, like, he's not... Say hi, 51? I'm gonna give him 51.5... 51.86. You were to aim, you to be aggressive in the end game. I'll give him 1,512 WN8. Let's have a look. I want to go higher. I don't know why. Why do I want to go higher on the win rate? Why is that a thing? His positioning was bad. Bad positioning equals bad win rate. I'm not... Why am I wanting to add 1% to a player who voluntarily just went 20 meters away from the nearest point of cover to hold the angle that the nearest point of cover already held? Held! Alright, let's see. Oh. I'm gonna... Oh my God. What was the early positioning? You're a 55% player. How are you? The only thing I can think of is that he was just planning to go into cap. And then, like, he's planning to go forward and then stops and thinks, oh, wait, I have the angle, and then just didn't bother to move. Wait, why is he aiming there? He doesn't even know where the angle is. Why is he aiming? Is he aiming for cap? I guess he's aiming for a cap push. But you aim for that shot first. Because if a cap push comes, the cap siren will go off and you'll get a warning before... Whereas you get no warning as someone comes there. You aim there first. He's bad. His positioning is bad. Help. Well, I owe him some gold. Chat. Even 90 game. Let's review an even 90 game. And lads, if you thought I was mean before, I love this tank. I'm very good in this tank, so I'm a judge. I'm a judge harshly. Do not disappoint me, fine fellow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, second game, an ELC even 90. My favourite tank in the game. Played over 2,000 games in it. Probably one of the more famous games ever played of WoT tanks. Played by myself on Nuremberg. In this thing, I did some morally questionable things in that game. It's good fun. I'll link it in the description if I can. It's another paid replay submission. Do appreciate you. We have an ELC even 90 with 30 standard shells, 9 premium and 6 HE. Interesting. No premium consumable, but we got a bounty optics, bounty exhaust, and a CVS. That is a fine setup in my mind. A fine setup indeed. Now, the ELC Even 90 has the highest on the move camo in the entire game. Not the highest stationary camo in the entire game, that goes to the Basotto at tier 6. But the highest on the move camo in the entire game. If you fully kit this thing out with a natural cover directive, bond vents, and a bond exhaust system, then this thing can have 61.72% camo while moving. So, just to be clear, that's not the best setup. The best setup is, well, for scouting, similar to what you see here. It's some combination of exhaust, CVS, and optics. Now, this thing does have a top speed of 70, which is really quite important because it helps it get into those early positions so that it can set up and passive scout for the remainder of the game. Very small tank. Don't flip my Even 90, please. What the? This is a feckin' circus. Okay, so Even 90 weighs about 7 tons. It's a very, very light tank, but that makes it cute, so it's fine. Now, oddly enough, it does possess a 90mm autoloader. And when we think of 90mm guns, we think 240 Alpha, like found on the T69, right? Or okay, you come up with an example. I can't do all the work. But this thing, oh, that makes me uncomfortable, that position. That little look to the left is an indication of good awareness, because as he was reversing there, I think he was feeling the risk of the shot from someone present out there. So, good awareness on his part. But this thing only has 220 alpha damage. Ooh, and that auto-loading gun by the cylinder going off as he gets unnommed. 220 alpha, we're going to need 2 shots here. XM does miss the shot, that's nice. Gently does it. Okay, do secure the kill. Spend a little too much time out in the open there for my liking. But yeah, we've got 2.7... 2.7... Why have I forgotten the intro clip of a tank I played more than 2,000 games in? 2.5. 2.5 seconds between the shells. Means you've got a clip potential. I'm just actually bad at the game. Chat, what affects the clip potential of the ELC Even 9660? What in the 660, right? My brain is just gone. I'm embarrassing myself on my most loved tank. But we got 0.38 accuracy and a 2.9 second aim time, I believe. And here we go. Front of a Tiger, we got 175mm of pen, and there's the 0.28 accuracy working. Shot into the lower plate, lovely indeed. Now those Barasks are dangerous tanks for the Even 90 to face, but they are on low health, which is nice. Now, at this point, there's a very simple principle that you can use to improve your light tank gameplay. Don't be in the same place as another light tank on your team. Unless there is a potent, powerful reason to do so, you should be extending your vision elsewhere. And the very basic thing that you can do is say, okay, where do we not have vision? And it's over here, right? It's if this AMX is coming all the way around there to threaten the guys in the ass, right? If he gets up there and starts pummeling shots in with the help of the Brasks on high, stuff like that, right? It's what's unspotted. It's a nomad sneaking all the way around there. Top speed of around 50. It's very mobile. Could get up behind, pile some shots in. Could poke some blind shots with its hair shells towards the hill. Right? Vision there would be very useful. You could get out wide to the bush in this position and just cover this area of the map while your team work. But, and I mean, I'll emphasize that the reason you shouldn't be in the same position of another light tank is because of that overlapping awareness. Right? If you've got 2 light tanks, You want them in different places to be covering and viewing different areas of the map and getting your information as spread out and as comprehensive as you can. Wow, I am surprised you spotted that blast there, even with the CDS. Nomad does get spotted up on high. Probably going to take a hit here. Yes, indeed. Let's not bother talking about the armor statistics. Oh my word. And by the way, that is a direct hit from a 210mm gun on the Even 90. Didn't kill him. The shell probably was bigger than he was, and he's fine. So that's magical. Right, and this is a pleasant position. This is a damn decent position to hold now. We get cover of the mid. What I would suggest is, and this is a tad difficult with gun elevation, but you want to make sure, and I want to see a zoom out and a look, you want to make sure that you're spotting this corner as well. Because what a mistake here might be is if you position there and you cut off your own vision of that area. Right? This is a really nice position and it's very relevant, very good to be here, but it can be either perfect or less than perfect. Right? Just based on like 5 meters of movement. So, worth keeping in mind, I think. Okay, and AMX goes down, and now we want to be a bit more active, right? Now we want to see what we can do a little bit. Challenger in the middle, G-Saw's moving up. Ooh, and can we pick up a cheeky kill? Reversing behind foliage. I like it. Okay, and is this really worth your time? You represent the best vision on your entire team. You represent probably the best counter to that blast, unless the G-Saw goes up a hill. And even then, it will take a hit from the Nomad and probably the RT on the way up. I am not threatened by this M2Y. I do not consider him priority in any capacity. I think any time that you spend here is probably wasted time that you could have used relocating. Maybe getting out here and providing a threat, though, until the blast is disrupted from the hill, that's dangerous, right? Going for the hill, at this point, is probably the best play you can make. Sitting here, trying to pin down or get the kill on a random one-shot heavy tank at D1, like, what are you doing? Why are we here? What? Because we knew the Nomad was just gonna... I like the bushwork. I like the good bushwork here. Clearly knows how firing a gun affects camo. And ironically, now that that Nomad's here, it becomes a little more logical to stay here. The G-Saw's taking the hill, probably not needed there. But as soon as this blast goes down, right, this pass on the 8-9 line becomes viable. It's not viable before, because even in something as stealthy as an Even 90, when you're sneaking around here, if the blast pokes up on the side, he just spots you, he's got high ground, he dictates the combat, you can't work this position. As soon as that blast dies, I would want to be here. Right in this C8 position. Right. Because I can spot anyone camping away at the back, probably the Super Hellcat. I can get crossfire potentially into the XM. I can sneak my way up there, and I can start spotting these guys to enable my team in the mid. Right. The second best option, given how long we've stayed here, is probably to go up here into this location, right here, and try and spot from there. Get some cover onto the XM, extend vision, maybe spot the RT if he's positioned badly. So that's probably the best play for you right now. Ooh, ambitious blind fire by the Nomad there. Doesn't get spotted when he fired, which is nice. Do we go for a reload? 1 shell left. Ooh, M2 is going to volunteer, perhaps. Maybe a Cupola shot. How long we want to hold this shell? It's ambitious. RT. RT cover, RT cover, RT cover. act like you're gonna go somewhere, then move. Move, 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 move. Good. Wouldn't surprise me if the arty blind shot comes out. Okay, challengers moving up. Let's get to the bridge line. Let's start providing Overwatch. What's happening right now? Super Hellcat's moving up. They're spotted. If a Super Hellcat's out there right now, he's going to be firing. Let's get onto this bridge line in that bush so that when the Super Hellcat fires, we have a better chance of spotting him for our team, right? Got a G-Saw on the hill. He's taking a lot of damage. I believe from the XM or the Super Hellcat, or a combination of both. Maybe the RT helped as well. But let's get on that bridge line. Present in the bushes, please. And now you're going to poke the man, extend that vision. Okay. Alright, look. Why have we spent the better part of 3 to 4 minutes in combat against the lowest ground on the entire map? Like, why? We have taken our light tank and we have fought for the past 2 to 3 minutes against D1. Like, what does D1 do? Does the M2Y just sitting at F1? He's been on like 75% health for the past 4 or 5 minutes. Why are we... What? Fight for the high ground. If you win the high ground, then you win the low ground. Right? That is a rule. It's a generalization, but it's a rule that you can use to make yourself better at the game. Hey, how do I win against these tanks that are on the lowest area of the map? You win the high ground. Doesn't matter about anything else. Oh, but how do I do this? How do I do that? No, you win the high ground. Everything else will take care of itself. That's how tactics be working. We're not even close to. We have become not Bush. There's no team players. Super Hellcat probably still on high. For an M2Y. The man's been on a one-shot for the past 3 minutes and has done a grand total of fuck all the movie. Why? Why is he our priority? Just go out here. Just go out here, spot the Super Hellcat getting killed by your crossfire, then use this high ground. You can kill everyone. Oh no. Are we actually gonna... Oh my god. Well, chat, we did it. It was a pilgrimage, but we finally killed the most irrelevant tank on the entire enemy team. I'd like to thank this guy's mother. That was meant to be an acceptance speech. I wasn't saying he should have not been, but you know, never mind. We're shooting at a Yak Panther now. If he got blind fired by a Yak Panther, that would be very funny, to be fair. Okay, what? That's an angle. Hit that with .38 accuracy with the gun's stats on this thing. Man almost did as well, cheeky bastard. Alright, look, what? Oh god, it's so stagnant. Okay, jump on the XM, please. Come on. You gotta do it. Come on, you gotta... I deserve something today. Come on. Just ram him, please. Okay, are we finally going to spot the tank that's supposedly on the high ground? We finally going to do this. It's been 50 years. Okay, I think we're actually going to spot the camping tank destroyer. I think we're actually thinking about doing that right now. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. It finally happened. This time. Okay. I want to be a little worried about the XM. Give a poke and a fall back here. Bit of an overcommitment there. Super Hellcat set up with binos is risky. Okay. Now you're spotted. What do? Well, you keep going. You keep going, and very important in the even 90, more so than almost any other light tank in the game, do not hit these walls. if you hit these walls, you are gonna lose like 1 kilometer per hour every like half a second that you're going through them, if not more. It is a very nuanced skill in the EVA 90 to both be driving on hard terrain, like you are right now, and to avoid destructible cover, trees, fences, walls, right? It's good principles in most tanks because you will be slowed down somewhat, but especially in the EVA 90, got like 160, 190 horsepower, right? You weigh 7 tons. These things will impact you massively. So I want a tiny turn to the right, I want a bit of wiggling, I want you to get up and under as quickly as you can. I do not want you to stop. If you stop here, you're bad. And also, what I would be thinking in terms of priority is, okay, if I'm going to die... Hey, thank you for the replay submission, Husky. If I'm going to die, I want to die being useful. So, important thing right now is to clear the lines of obstruction between me and the position that is going to kill me. So, I would be going and turning out to the right, because it clears this foliage more, so that if the Super Hellcat kills me, he has a better chance of getting spotted. So out this way, to the right, you can wiggle a bit, try and get in under. But you want to go out to the right, so that if you do die, you spot him when you do. Lovely, lovely, lovely! Avoid the tree if you can. Super Hellcat is a donkey and missed on the move with .38 accuracy. Okay! Hey! We did the thing that we should have done 5 minutes ago. Yay! Hey, listen, got there eventually. You still haven't landed the XM, so I'm judging you. And can we please, are we really worried about being spotted by the XM right now? We got an exhaust system in the EVA 90? Well, now he spots you. You could have just wiggled up earlier. I'm judging this guy so hard. I do apologize. No, it is a £10 donation. Okay, right. So now we've got high ground to work with. Do you see how much easier it is? How many more options do we have? I wonder how we kill this XM. Well, let's see, I could go over there, I could go on top of him, I could go over here, I could go up there, right? Because we have high ground. What are the options for the XM? I come up there in the middle of the open, or I try and push this. Options that high ground provides. This is why I'm mad that we didn't have it way earlier. Okay, why are we, come. My man, you got 7 degrees of gun depression. Beyond that, there's an arty in play. You're about to poke in the bush close to proxy distance with arty in play and so far from hard cover. Like, if you want awareness, just do a quick spot. Just aggro spot over there, get a bit of awareness, hide, and then make your play based on that, whether he's going aggressive or not. Like, what? If you want to poke from this angle, poke there. Poke there. Why would you not poke there? It's like a 30-second journey, my dude. Oh god. Okay. Alright, that's probably the best position we could find him in. We do get the kill. Oh, we're so Did you just not get spotted? Motherfucker. What? Are you kidding me? That bush blocked his shot. What? Oh my. Ah, well, thank you, Ace. I wish you were under my desk too. Anyhow, for Health Yak Panther, as intimidating a presence as ever before, let's do some bush work. Okay. Lovely. 660 in a clip. No angle for module targeting, unfortunately. No R function being used. But R function's important in the EVA 90 between clips if you're moving. Right? I like moving between shells. But hit the R function. Where you can move whilst keeping your gun stabilized. Okay, here we go. Please die to the GW. Being really funny. Aw, he's not even gonna die to the GW. Seriously, I deserved something on this game. Please die. Please. Aww. Oh. Ooh, oh, it was always gonna be pretty painful. Oh. Hey, the good thing is, Ace, I have an adjustable desk, so I can just send you down there like, oh, hang on. There you go. Yeah. Down you get. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just want to make it clear, if this was Star Trek, I'd be resigning my command right now. I am very, very much emotionally compromised by the game that has just occurred. I may be judging very harshly. Chat, you want to mellow me out a little? What do we think? Top Gun in an even 90, probably an ace tanker, but oh, cripes, dude. The end game was so bad. Oh, I mean, look, I have 2,000 games, 2,000 plus games in the even 90. Even 90 is not an easy tank to play. It requires a lot of skill to play this tank well. Genuinely. People look at the statistics and they're like, oh, it's on the move, cannonading. They see videos by QB saying, oh, this tank is broken. Like, it's not. The mechanics of the game are what they are. You have to play it in the way that takes advantage of them. And it wasn't done. And I have so much experience in this tank that I feel like I'm being overly judgmental when I look at a game like this. Because was there anything horrifically bad in terms of the actual, driving was suboptimal. There was no auto-aim on the Selma engagement, almost bounced the final shot. There was no R function to stabilize in between dances in the intro clip. There was a lot of bush work, which is good. Almost every time they fired, they reversed behind the foliage 15 meters away to fire, which demonstrates a good awareness of bush mechanics. It's difficult, because if they're a light tank player, the WN8 is going to be comparatively lower if they play a lot of light tanks. So I'm going to say 50.2. I think this is someone who's not very good tactically at the game, but engages with content enough to know the mechanics. And I think he plays a lot of light tanks. I'm going to lower his win rate, his WN8. And I think his WN8 is like 1,394, I think. 1,294. Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay, I was pretty on the money. 51. And WN8. Oh, I was not far off. What did I say? 1,294? Within 100? Ooh, okay. Not bad. Not bad at all, chap. Oh, wow, 42% in the last 30 days. That's not a good result. What you been playing? Is WN8 it's 3,446 and he's got 42% wins. What? What the hell has he been playing? It's just been taking his KV-13 out. So the way those stats could be possible is why I mention the KV-13 is because WN8 ratings are dependent on the expected damage in a certain tank. So there are certain tanks in the game that are just not often played, that are very niche, that if you play them relatively well, get huge WN8 scores. The KV-13 was always one of them. I can't speak to how it is now, but if you did like 1,800 damage, you get 3,000 WN8. Or if not higher. So if he's playing a certain tank like that, it's entirely possible. And plus, even over like 172 battles, like sometimes you will just get unlucky. Like, even good, very good players, like I've had ones where I've lost like a huge amount of games. So, you know, it's more telling, a more accurate analysis would be over 31,000 games, in which is 151%. So, yes, thank you very much for watching. It has been a pleasure. You can look in the description of this YouTube video for the next and previous, and for details on how to submit your plays as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Humanity peaks at our community manager. He is mentally jacked and strengthening our backs just like the counterweight on the turret of the challenger. Cause if we find ourselves in a crappy mood, you will brighten our day just through your attitude. Steven and Peabody, badass crew. So please take the song as a token of my gratitude.